Thank you very much. Just a quick question on your sexual harassment cases. That if there are cases in the Tibet college, there are cases, maybe confirmation there. Okay, is it students? Mike?
Okay, through you, Chair, yes, I honorable member, there is a sexual harassment case that
How many cases?
that has been reported to Labor Relations 1, and the disciplinary process is currently taking place.
It's only one
One.
disciplinary, and there is is the police involved in that case?
According to my information that I have, the matter has been reported by the campus manager because it's a lecturer versus a student.
Okay, and you are still handling that case?
Yes.
So if you are handling it in concurrence with the police, how is that working? I'm just interested to know the dynamics of if you are handling that case and also the police, how is that working?
According to the information that I got from the campus manager, is that the family for the affected student, they decided to withdraw the case from the criminal processes. Hence, internally, we are proceeding with the matter because the employee, the lecturer is our employee, so we need to apply the.
Is the lecturer still at the college or suspended?
He's not suspended.
Is the student still at the colleges or not?
Can I ask my colleague to assist me as an academic head? I'm not sure from.
Okay, whoever can answer me. Where's the student?
I think the student is still at the college.
Okay. So how are you handling that? Because under normal circumstances, if there's a sexual harassment against the student, surely the lecturer has to be suspended if you have to protect the student. Unless if it's not like that, you have the reasons for keeping the lecturer at the college. So what are the reasons that lecturer is still there and the student?
From the Labour side, honourable member, as I've indicated, that according to the information that was presented to Labour, that the case was withdrawn externally, but internally we felt that let's pursue with the matter. But we escalated the matter to the disciplinary process. It's when then the presiding officer will indicate to us whether the lecturer is found guilty or not. But
so I'm a student, and then that Elitzi is my lecturer, and then I complain about the sexual harassment, and we open the case, and at home we withdraw, and the case is still within the institution, and then I have to continue as the victim to watch that Elitzi, even though there is a sexual harassment case against him, and it's a normality within the TVET college.
It is not a normality, it's not a normality, honourable member, but before I can go to detail in terms of providing this, let me just get the correct information from my labour practitioner so that I provide the correct information.
How old is this case? When was it reported?
It's around February 2025.
February 2025.
Yes.
In the last financial year, last year to this year, how many cases of sexual harassment did the TVET have?
According to my information, there was nothing that has been reported to our office. This is the first case.
This is the first case?
Yes.
Okay, and then your policy, when did you start with your policy? To have the sexual harassment policy?
Through you, Chair, we do have a policy, but we normally get the policies from the Department for HR. So we are using standardized policy. So our policies are just set for renewal by around May, 1st of May.
And what does your policy say when coming to the reported cases of sexual harassment? Specifically talking about this case that is here now, what does your policy say to you? The directive that it gives to you when handling the case. What does it say to TVET?
I cannot give you a direct question, but in terms of handling the matter, we use the code of conduct for lecturers, which say this matter should be taken as a serious matter. Hence, we have continued with the process of charging the lecturer. Then we will take it from there, from the presiding officer. In terms
So
of
in the meantime, how are you protecting the victim to make sure that it has a conducive environment for her to continue with her studies? What is TVET doing in protecting the victim? Okay, because time is moving and there's no answer, let me continue. Deputy Principal of Innovation, if you can maybe help me, what does innovation means in context of the TVET College? To you, your interpretation.
My interpretation of the term innovation, actually it is about doing things faster, easier, better for both students and the whole college at large, and encompassing the technological advancement, research, entrepreneurial, like the DDG has said, roles and so forth, and the access to the students, like for instance, online, which is another innovation, online learning, online registration,
Okay.
and for IR strategies.
Okay, thank you very much. How long have you been on that position? Sorry if I
From 2023, yes.
Okay. Tell us about your success story, about all that you have said since you occupied that position.
Yes.
Just one, yeah.
Just one example.
One example that you, if you list them, you say this is the number one. I know you might have more than 20, just the number one. That is very, very much an achievement to you.
It is online registration. We used to have a manual registration, and students would come afar and have different sorts of problems, even though we still have a Wi-Fi and other digital problems. But online registration is the success of the institution.
Okay, so we start, I'm a student, you are innovative for registration. Then after registration, you are still responsible for innovation. Me getting into the class, what is it that you add to make my life easier as a student? Implementing that innovation.
The online learning.
The online learning.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. What do you do to make sure that the online learning, because you are an enabler for that to happen within the TVET, what is it that you are doing for the ease of being for the students and also the employees to make sure that that innovation, that is your number one, is really up to scratch?
LMS. LMS, it's whereby the learning of the students, it's aggravated by...
Okay, talk in the practicality. You were here. Students say they don't have the Wi-Fi. There's a struggle. The labs are not. Now, not what is written there, the practicality of it. So talk to me about that. What is it that you are doing? No ways can it be 9 minutes. Okay.
We for instance, if let's talk attendance, the student attending the class. With attendance, there is an automated process that is done. That is attendance registered online. And
ma'am, I'm sorry. I respect you, Mbogoto. I really, really respect you.
Thank you.
I made it clear. They're saying there's a Wi-Fi and there's a challenge of the labs and you are responsible. So talk to me about the practicality based on what they are saying, what the employees are saying and the students. What is it that you are doing in corrective measures to make sure that that is not happening, that you can talk to us and say that there is an improvement?
There is an improvement in that even though I'm not single-handed in doing this, IT should be my basis for doing this. So what I do is that I also have the with the LMS, for instance, the students access the material, learning material, faster with the lecturer, and it is projected in the classroom.
Okay, thank you very much. SRC? The SRC, before I go to SRC, just if you can send us the information of your metrics or the benchmarking of your innovation when coming to learning as you are talking to us, we will appreciate that. And also, principal, the KPIs of these different principles for us to look at as you come in, what is it that is there? Students, you talked about the books and they say you access the books so wonderful online, and that, how true is it? You can
Try all the buttons there.
Asiyazi online learning thina.
Okay. Honorable Lo.
No, thanks. Thanks very much, Chair. Mewe, o ka gopola gore COVID-19 started on 2020, and it's where the department could have been told on integrating to online, and you were only appointed on 2023. What is innovative about your appointment 2023, 2020, and there's still no online access to learners?
Fortunately, we are dealing with this with academic and IT as we come together to make this a success. Yeah.
At COVID-19,
Yeah.
we were using online because we were integrating because of the pandemic. Now I'm asking you, at this epoch, you were appointed 2023. What is it so difficult that you don't have access to Wi-Fi and online even now where you are appointed? What innovative is that you are doing? What is innovative about your position and what are you doing? I'm saying, I'm giving you I'm citing the previous year, 2020, 2023, 2025. Still, there's no access to internet you are referring to. What have you done to respond to the online that you are saying the online, you are putting it as your priority and achievement? Where else your stakeholder, your actors in the sector saying, no, they are not aware of online. Do you have a proactive, effective online system since COVID-19, since 2023 till now? Or you don't have an online system automatically? I'm raising all of this because already the Wi-Fi, I said it.
No.
Okay. You don't have?
Yes.
All right. Me wa deputy principal. When I listen to the principal, honorable your GBPF policy, it's still yet to be completed. Where stakeholders must engage. Is it true, principal?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thanks. That is when was your circular on colleges to submit their policy on GBPF? There was a deadline, I remember, on the previous portfolio when you came. There was a circular you released. Just remind me, when was the circular released? Thanks.
Can't remember, Honorable Low, from top of my head, but it should have been 2 years ago.
Mewe, more parliament, you don't mislead us and say there's a policy, there's what. One, you misled us when you said there's a police. There's no police. The police could have protected your colleague and the students at campus. And three, immediately when there's a case of GBV, you are expected to have a committee to preside over the matter and look onto the need on the possibilities as to what will hinder or what are the possibilities for investigation. So you don't mislead us here. Be frank and honest that there's no policy and there's no guidance on dealing with gender-based violence. The policy is within 2 weeks that should be engaged by stakeholders. Thank you very much. Chair.
Yeah, hold on. Post your time.
Okay.
You are raising your hand. What is the issue?
No, you Chair. Thank you, Honorable Member, but I just want to correct something. There is a signed policy by the DG of the Department Sexual
May we?
Harassment.
May we?
Oh, hold on. We'll give you. What does it say? Okay, sorry, continue on what you're saying. There's a policy signed by the DG.
Yes, Chairperson, I was going to ask Chair that it has been recently sent by the head office. Maybe the DDG TVET is not aware. So I'm saying the policy has been signed by the DDG and it has been recently shared with us as HR people, I think in the past two months.
So all along, I post your time. You did not have a sexual harassment policy.
No, did not have it. Chairperson.
And you've never interacted with an entity called CGE. You say no. Okay. And the department does not have or did not have a policy on sexual harassment across all institutions that supersedes even your own policy in the college on sexual harassment.
Through you, Chair, as a college, we never had a policy. We agree on that one before the one that has been shared by the department.
And so you did not know that there's a sexual harassment policy in the department.
What I'm trying to say, Chair, it has been shared by the national to all
No.
50 TVET colleges.
No. So are you saying it's newly signed? It's a brand new policy of the department.
It has been signed, Chair, on the 7th of February 2023. But we
Hold on. 2023.
yes.
So you did not know. This case, this sexual harassment case, started in February this year.
Yes, Chair.
So you did not know the department that has employed you as a deputy principal. You are appointed by the department. So you did not know your employer has got a sexual harassment policy. That you as deputy principal, what do you call it, as human resource, corporate, you must implement when there's a case of sexual harassment. You did not know that.
Chair, I do agree that it was an oversight for me, but at our college level, we never had a circular, but it was shared in 2025, though the signature appears to be 23rd. But I do admit, as a deputy principal corporate service, that it was an oversight not to have a police even within as a college. I do admit on that one, Chair.
Then you are admitting that you did not know that your employer, who is the department, had this policy all along.
Can I say yes, Chair? Because it was shared by the regional structure to us.
Honorable Law, I'll give you a time. I rather finish mine. Regional manager, take us through, help us understand this problem. And the reason why this thing is very important, Deputy Principal Academic, is that gender-based violence is a pandemic in this country. And even how you answered, I think it was Honorable Law or Honorable Maseko, I can't remember, that it was Honorable Maseko, that this person, the alleged perpetrator, they have not done anything. They're still on campus, they're still drawing a salary, they've not been suspended. The alleged victim stares at the eyes of the alleged perpetrator on a daily basis. And when this child fails tomorrow because of trauma, you know how much does it take from a young female student to open a case of sexual harassment against not only a male person who ordinarily has got a status over this young girl, but also as a lecturer of this person. And then for you guys not to do anything in protecting this young female alleged victim, do you know what does it do? Not only to the confidence, the demeanor of this young girl, but also others, other young girls in that institution and across the system, that if you report a lecturer and nothing happens, in fact, you end up being a liar, or, accused of lying. It can be, you can comment, it can be. And we're casual about it. When, I don't know what the stats saying about young people or young females in this country going through GBV, this country every hour, every minute. But even for you as a woman, not to see the need, I mean, it's disturbing. It's disturbing. Acting regional answer this thing. The college did not have a sexual harassment case. The department had. What is it that we would have done? Because this case should have gotten to you. What is it that you and your office would have done to make sure that the rights of this young girl, a young brave girl, if I may say, who stood up against a lecture, what is it that we have done to make sure that this sexual harassment policy of the department is followed? And when it was not followed, what is it that we have done? Take us through.
No, thank you very much, Chair. Indeed, I mean, the region as a whole experiencing challenges around gender-based violence. I think we're one of those provinces that have got really challenges when it comes to issues of gender-based violence. What we have done as the region, we have had a dedicated meeting with the college, just look at the state of affairs. And so we would have flagged a number of policies that were not in place, but also part of student support services, Honorable Chairperson, there is an issue around student health and wellness, where colleges have to report on these issues. And so we would have raised it with the college that please ensure that you've got this policy in place. But as the region, Chair, like I indicated earlier on, because we've got really serious challenges as the region, at the beginning of the year, together with the regional SAFETSA and Higher Health, we met to come up with a program that will address these serious issues in the region. Thank you, Chair.
You have not answered. You have not. The question is, what have you done? So there's a problem. Yes, you would have, on policy formulation, you've tried. I've heard you. But there's a case. And you, as an employee of the department, you've got a policy. It has not been, by the way, I can tell you what that policy says should have happened to the accused person, which I believe you know. That was not done. What is it that you guys at the regional management level has done or have done in this process? Because that was not done. Then there should have been at least consequence management to a certain level. What is it that are you saying to us that we have not done anything there? We have, yeah.
No, thank you, Honorable Chair. Not in terms of consequence management. We haven't gotten to that level. But what we would have done, Chair, was to raise it to say, look, as the region, we are having these serious challenges. Please ensure that you've got this policy in place.
Let's leave it. You have not done anything. Honorable Law. So
Chair, I was about to leave my question, me, because I listened very carefully, and you wanted to defend yourself. You've just caused a problem to the matter. One, for the fact that the case has been withdrawn to the police and you're handling it, you don't have a guiding tool to guide you as per the university, as a college. You don't have a guiding tool. You're not doing justice for our children. You are not even bothered. We are not being bothered. I'm saying this because the regional manager also is not even bothered on the issues that are affecting colleges, Chair. We are expected quarterly, monthly, HR person, Chair. We are expected quarterly, monthly to send critical, strategic, important reports to the department as the management of the colleges for us to play our oversight role as management. And I've said it at Northwest. That the department came here, they came to say, wherefore you go and fry yourself. But we should be fair and have an approach as a committee as to what is the role of the department to preside over colleges, and they can't even know or understand any single thing or relate to the issues of colleges. I'm going to set an example. A simple example I want to set, Chair, is the issue of labor. Labor says that they are bullied. Labor says that their money are not paid accordingly. Labor says there are money that they are still waiting for, and they've been waiting for the money for too long. When they've been waiting for money for too long, it simply means there's been series of dictatorship and bullying towards the actors like labor and students. Hence today, the perpetrator of GBV can be in a campus together with a victim and is still fine, and there's no guiding tool to protect. To say the protection or the honor says that you must be this side, don't do that. One. Two, I'm raising the labor issue critically because I did last time. Labor does not need to take decisions with you as management. But what labor is supposed to do is to observe and see, are you in line with the law in terms of your decision you're taking? Now, as an HR person, every 12 months or 2 years, you review your policies, you send them to council, and then you tell them this policy must be updated as per the new act and the law. That's how it's going to happen. Now, you have failed the student as a management, together who was dealing with the case, and you are not fair enough to protect the student to say, why did you allow the case to be withdrawn and you handled the case? Because you don't have the expertise. By one, you don't have a police to deal with GBVF, to guide you, not a general police of everybody, a specific police that has jurisdiction and will locate the struggles or the immediate issues. It should guide you what happened. You must go and make sure you apologize. Principal, acting, you take the matter serious. You report within ourselves within 7 days. How you have handled the matter, who's leading the matter, and what are the possibilities of suspension on the matter, and how serious is the case. And must really look onto your various departments, Principal. Go look, there are many young people there outside who are graduates who are just willing to change and innovatively deal with ideas and change scenario institutions. Look at your fellow colleagues and do an introspection through a PMS assessment and see to it, are they fit enough to lead this college? I'm raising this because I'm going to NSFAS. The GBV matter is sensitive. It's painful that we couldn't get to the point where it's guided properly. And I'm hoping to be guided properly and we'll get report within 7 days and make follow up on it specifically. Thanks on that. And I apologize to the victim on how the matter was handled. And I hope that she will get justice and she'll be protected by the college. Now, Principal, NSFAS says that they paid our transport allowance late. Sometimes they don't give our children money for allowances. And you are saying 80% of our learners, our students, are not proceeding because of many other issues. Are we not agreeing that NSFAS, late payments of students, is the one that is causing us to decline in terms of the learner dropout, the student dropout? Because I'm asking this because I can tell you majority of your students are NSFAS beneficiaries. Some are from SASA. So the notion that 80% of learners are dropping out mainly because of is their own will. We must apportion it to the internal controls of NSFAS, one, because NSFAS, I've got a serious problem with it. Ever since I've been a member here, when they arrive there, they come with problems more, not with solutions. NSFAS. Failure to pay in time, failure to respond to the children in time through emails, failure to come with adequate and precise solutions that are going to interlink. Now I've made my conclusion. The problem is that there's DHET, there's NSFAS, and then there's college. There is no integration and collaboration of the work done. Now the poor students and the workers becomes keeping goats of your problems and your internal controls. Either of corruption, abuse, and bullying. You know how? The students don't have adequate and sufficient classes. One, the shortage of classes. There's been temporary structures. It's very extremely cold. I wonder how they pass the students when they're in extreme cold conditions. The poor principal comes for 2 weeks. He must do roundabouts. What about those who've been here? What has been your work as management of the college to rectify or to make sure that things are according to the plan? We've got a serious problem in the TVET college, and they account directly to the department. There's no technicalization with regard to TVETs. We expect the department to be hands-on. Chair. So my primary concern is that the number of issues of Ingwe, whether we question them here, they're gonna be used as compliance. They're gonna be abused by the fact that we came, we left, let's go and do as it is. I'm proposing that there should be an issue where we receive reports on specific matter we've raised. For example, the department is coming here saying they can't track students who would have dropped out or students who have not there, but the universities can track out students who would have left it 2 years back. That means we've got inefficient, we've got a department that is not efficient, but inefficient, that is not looking forward or visionary to say, all these problems, we've adjusted them to one, and we are going to address them in phases. There is no way we can address college problems at the same time where the department is not relatively allocated or related to the problems. It's a problem. You won't be able to perform as colleges. We'll have 50 colleges coming here with similar problems, with the same problem, and it will be unfair sometimes to want to question them, or else the department is here. It's high time the department give us a progress report on issues of colleges, Chair. And then colleges will come after to make additions, because these colleges account to the department, and the department has an obligation to make sure that it follows the laws of the country, and it makes sure that they account quarterly or monthly, and they are on par with issues. Now we are sitting here with a problem that is going to escalate for each and every sitting of Parliament committee. We are wasting taxpayers' money resources. We should be dealing with progress made. How far is Ingwe issues being dealt with? Not because the issues that are here have been there since 2020. You remember, Chair of a portfolio committee. The issues were raised of this college. I went through my documentations. They are similar. Students are defunded. Students are 200, they are from different radius, they are traveling from far. They do not have adequate access to transportation, take them to school, because they are not paid their allowances according to time. And we should agree, majority of those who are suffering are the motive forces, the black students, who are majority, who are suffering change. So I will put my questions in submission, but I want us to change approach here. The department must start giving us status report before they come in, so that we know what has been their interventions and how can we therefore give directive. Because we're not fair to the poor colleges sometimes, where they must respond, where else the department is responsive to us. So we must rectify this and must go work on that. And acting principal, look on to the innovation position. Get a young blood, young lion, and to the mama must innovatively mentor the process so that you are able to take it forward, because a young person will relate easily with student issues, and a young person will give you adequate, precise information so that you are able to have a proper run college. And I wish there will be consequence management, and you'll make proper assessment on the failures and the internal controls that could not have proceeded. Thank you.
No, thank you very much.